Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today, we are going to take a fully spoilerly look at Kaiju number 8, chapter 54, and my heart. This is a character chapter. This is a heartbreaking chapter. There are plot twists and mysteries, and expectations are upset, but it is first and foremost a character chapter. For all that it read faster than most action chapters. Now, we're about to get into the spoiler part, so shoo away. I will give you a chance to click away by telling you about my books. Humans Are Weird, I have the data, and Humans Are Weird, we took a vote. Available on Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, in print, electronic, and large print versions, so scram, the spoilers have been announced. Matsumoto, you clever dog, you. I almost didn't notice it. I was so caught up in the excitement of the moment, getting to see the other division captains feeling the torment of Kikoru's soul, that I didn't notice it until the first reading. But everyone, go back and check out the name of the 4th Division base in the scenes where Matsumoto is introducing the 4th and 2nd Divisions. We see what you did there, Matsumoto. We see what you did there. Anyway, this is a solid character chapter. Matsumoto takes the first 3 pages just to step back, slow down, and remind us who the main character is and why. The past few chapters have been about General Director Shinamaya, Captain Narumi, Kikoru, but none of them are the main characters. It's Kafka. Kafka, as Kaiju number 8, is braced over Kikoru, shielding her with his own body. And when he realizes that Kaiju number 9 is gone and there's nothing he can do about it, Kafka lashes out in perhaps the most humble and heroic way possible. I mean, Kafka's focus wasn't on himself in any way. Instead, Kafka's thinking about General Director Shinamiya, the man, his legacy, his daughter. Kafka is there being quietly humble, self-sacrificing, and just, well, a wonderful shonen main character. Tender as a maid, bold as a dragon, as C.S. Lewis might say. Now, this was a slow-paced character chapter. The vast bulk of it is a super common shonen conversation trope. And yet, somehow, Matsumoto still manages to slap us with a major plot twist using our own expectations built up over 50 chapters. See, from the moment that Kafka stated his determination to join the Defense Force, despite everything back in Chapter 2, we have been anticipating a single moment. The moment when our main character, Kafka Haibino, would be fully accepted into the ranks, with them fully understanding his kaiju powers, able to wield his shonen superpowers on full display. We have been yearning for this moment, speculating over it, desperately wanting to see it. Now, we all had our own theories about when and how this would happen, who would be okay with it, who wouldn't, but I think we all expected it to be a big moment. Something like the scene in the party when Kafka is promoted to general officer, his close friends around him, Kafka grinning that big doughy grin of his. It was supposed to be a moment, a thing. Instead, we got this heartbreaking fraction of a moment. Kafka standing alone in a crowd. The only friend who should have been beside him is missing. Kafka fighting back tears and failing as he mourns his commanding officer. The man who put everything on the line to give Kafka a chance. The man Kafka failed. This is a heartbreaking moment, but it's also a joyous moment. This is everything Kafka ever wanted, everything he's been working for and striving for from the moment that Reno reignited his passion. Remember, the last time we saw Kafka crying this hard, it was back in chapter 31. Mina, Hoshina, and Kikoru have just taken out Kaiju number 10, and the 3 of them are all standing around saluting each other, and Kafka is just basking in their glory and yearning to be a part of that group, crying he's so desperate to be a part of that, to not be separated like he is. Well, now Kafka is a part of that group. He is a general officer in uniform participating in this salute along with Mina, Hoshina, and every other officer there. Kafka Haibino might have personal issues with individual members of the Defense Force from here on out. The hard times are not over for him. But in that case, it will be him having individual issues with his fellow officers. He's made it. His wish was granted, but it wasn't his moment. It wasn't the moment that we readers were expecting. It was just a painful stab of joy, a rainbow piercing through a hurricane of tears. And what Matsumoto did with Captain Narumi, that was perfect. Narumi finds Kikoru curled up on her father's desk in her father's chair. This heartbroken little girl has surrounded herself with the last lingering remains of her father's scent and is crying her eyes out. And in this moment, we see the last of Narumi's childish immaturity just die. We watch him kill it. Narumi tries to offer Kikoru friendship at first. He is gentle. He's completely ignoring the fact that she broke regulations to skip out on the assembly. And then Kikoru speaks. She reveals her heart to him. She reveals her vulnerability to him. And Narumi realizes that Kikoru doesn't need a friend. Not in him, at least. Her friend, the one who's going to comfort her with gentle words, is sitting outside. What Kikoru needs from Narumi in this moment is an officer. She desperately needs him to fill the place that her father filled. And Narumi steps up. Just like Hikaru Shinomiya did, just like Aiso Shinomiya did. Jin Narumi steels himself, hardens his heart, and offers to be the iron that will sharpen her iron. He offers to put aside his childish ways and be the perfect officer because Kikoru Shinomiya needs him to be the perfect officer. Do you even realize how many pages this interaction takes up? How many panels? I didn't. It was so perfect. It flowed so smoothly that I didn't even realize that it's the largest part of the chapter. I mean, just perfection. And then we get a glimpse of Kafka's hand at the end, and things kind of go off sideways. Now, there are two things that might have been. The first and most obvious is that Kafka was having his own emotional moment listening to Kikoru cry, and this induced partial transformation as he thought about his determination to destroy Kaiju number 9. That would be the standard trope. This is Kafka deliberately or accidentally partially transforming his hand because he so intensely wants to defeat the enemy. But Matsumoto has made me paranoid of common tropes. I said it before, I'll say it again. So I saw it as Kafka not being able to control his transformation. Ever since he transformed back to human after being after fighting number 9 as Kaiju form, we haven't seen his hand. So it's possible that little patch of skin is now permanently Kaijuified. Is Kafka understanding that he's bit by bit losing his humanity and being okay with that, as long as he can fix this problem for Kikoru, just like Kikoru's father was willing to destroy his own body to keep the threat away from her. So, what do you think, my wonderful viewers? Was Kafka's hand a sign of a strong emotion and a typical shonen trope, or was it a sign of the coming permanent transformation into a kaiju? Leave a comment below telling me what you think. Hit that like and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, check to make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube will occasionally unsubscribe you. And peace out, my wonderful viewers. Humans are weird. We took a vote, and humans are weird. I have the data. 2 books in a series of human absurdity. Go check out these short story collections. What will our little green friends think of us when we finally do make it to space? Find out the answer in 2 books of human absurdity. Humans Are Weird, We Took a Vote, and Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and Google Play.